Hey crafty people, welcome back to my channel, and in case you're new here, I'm Sarah, also known as Craft Nerd because I'm a nerd who loves to craft. I do paper crafting, card making, junk journaling, and mixed media art. Let's get crafting! Let's make a ridiculous number of mini books for our Halloween mixed media projects. I'm going to start by creating the book covers. I thought I had some of the Tim Holtz ephemera packs with the book covers in it, but I don't. So what I've got here are, these are GiggleGlitterGFX printable. These are MyPorchPrints printable. I believe this one's GiggleGlitterGFX2 or MyPorchPrints. I don't remember. I will leave links down below, and I'm just inking the edges. I printed them out on photo paper so that if I add anything wet to them, they won't run. And I printed, these are like full page book covers, and so I printed them like 35 to a page. This one I think is a smaller part of an ephemera type pack, and so I printed that at 2 to a page. And what I do to create my covers is I just glue these guys onto the little spine piece. Now, if you don't have digitals, I also took, this is some of the faux leather paper I created a while back. I'll leave a link to that video down below. And this was using cardstock, so it was pretty thick on its own. But this I used like the Amazon packing paper, so I just took some of the scrap photo paper and scored it to create little book shapes and covered it with the faux leather paper. Now for the pages in my books, I took pages out of a vintage Edgar Allan Poe book, and I am just going to, my small books are about an inch tall, and so I'm just gonna tear off inch strips, and these I stuck 2 pieces of book page together and trimmed some of the excess white on the edges off and left some. And I had a piece of comic book board that I was using to help with the folding process, which I can't seem to find, so I'm just gonna go on my mat and use the lines on my mat to get my folding started. My book covers are about 3/4 of an inch, so that's what I'm going with. And so I had a template that was 3/4 of an inch wide. I folded it over, and then I just fold it back and forth till I get to the end of the strip. Now I'm going to grab a binder clip, clip them together at one end, grab some collage medium, just splodge a bit on and use my finger to spread it out. Set that aside for a minute to dry. While that's drying, we can work on finishing up our book covers. Take my squishy mouse pad and a blending tool just to curve out the spine. And I've noticed a little pulling up on the edges. What I'll do once the pages are in is go back in and add extra glue. Let's get this guy done too. For the faux leather paper, I just scored it with my scoreboard and folded it, and so we're having more squared off because this was not folding nicely when I tried to do it more of a squared off. So that's why I did the curve. Now let's add vintage photo and put some color on these pages. It needs a little longer to dry so we can work on one of the other ones I've got that's ready to go. Set those two aside. This one needs inking. And I'm just going to put glue on my first page. Actually, no, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure it because they were all a little off. So we're going to chop off a little at the top with my Tim Holtz heavy duty scissors. Chop off a little at the bottom. And then back off the edges. Take my dauber and my vintage photo and ink the edges of my pages. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to grab my sanding disc and rough them up again so that they're nice and rough. Ooh, I've got some pages that aren't all glued together. I'll take care of that in a sec. Adding glue to our front page. Well, this one's just falling apart on me, isn't it? Apparently didn't get that collage medium all the way in between all of the pages on this one. Leave that to dry and then we'll add some more ink to it. Let's glue this one. Hopefully it's not going to come all apart on us. On some of them, I also hit it with my Tim Holtz hammer to get our pages kind of janky. There we go. So many mini books. And I ended up doing one of the... here. I did the faux leather one with just the torn off bits from the book page to create like a journal. And then the rest of them, and a few of them, there's at least one, the bird one, that this one, yeah, glued the pages in upside down, but that's all right. So there we go, lots of mini books for our upcoming mixed media projects.